Welcome back. This is your boy HT3 bringing you God in Travel. This topic today is on the Islamic prophet Muhammad, because he's no prophet of me. He might be their prophet, but my eyes, I don't see or hear a prophet coming from their way. I think most Muslims have to ask themselves, what predictions did Muhammad predict that came to life? And also, how can a prophet of God, a holy God, take a 9-year-old girl as a wife, Aisha? How can a man of God, while the calling is upon his life, how can a man of God lay up with a 9-year-old girl and take her as a wife? How? It's impossible. And also, how can a prophet of God take his stepson's wife as his wife? This man married his stepson's wife. How? His adopted son. But still, how can he take her as a wife? She was already married to a young man who you raised up since he was little. You raised him up. He married this woman. How can you go behind him? A man that you look at as your own son. How can you take his wife and make her your own wife? That sounds like incest to me. You cannot be a man of God and doing those wild things that he was doing. How can a man of God, the Prophet Muhammad, y'all prophet, the Muslim prophet, how can he own slaves? And I want to say forcible slavery. Like the white man had black slaves in America. Muhammad had slaves just like that, where they was forced to do whatever he wanted them to do. According to the Old Testament, a person that owns slaves like that should be put to death, according to the Old Testament in the Bible. So Muhammad had slaves. And he's a prophet of the Most High God. How's that even possible? And then, ain't no telling how many sex slaves he had. Man had plenty of sex slaves. According to the Bible say if you have more than one wife, you are a whoremonger. This man made millions of Muslims down the line have multiple wives. The Bible says if you have more than one wife, you're a whoremonger. Muhammad goes against everything Christ stood for. Everything. Muhammad was a filthy man. He got more blood on his sword than Jason Voorhees. And everybody knows the Quran is just a remix of the Bible. It's not a big secret no more. Everything is being exposed. Everybody knows that the Quran took books that was already exist. Books that didn't make the Bible. They didn't make the Bible because it came way later. Bibles that, he took books that already contradict the Bible. He took those books and created the Quran. So how can you support, how can you follow a prophet that goes against everything that Jesus, the Father, and the Holy Spirit stood for. He even said that Christ did not die on the cross, but it was made to look like he did. That God just took him upon himself, or he didn't really die on the cross. How can you support such lies from such a filthy, child pedophile man? And this has been your boy HT3, giving you the truth about the Islamic prophet, the false prophet, Muhammad. Peace out.